Yes. What's up, everybody? Whoa. What's going on here? How are we doing? Man, we're back. It's 6 a.m. on the West Coast, 9 a.m. in New York City, some other time in another place. Folks, we did it. We succeeded. This is our life. All right. I like it better this way, folks. It's a touch harder. It's a touch harder on me. But to be honest, it encourages discipline from me, and this is the way. The way to where I'm trying to go is at 6 a.m. So it's good. How's everybody doing? What's going on? Anybody in the chat? Let's talk. Let's see what's going on in there. We got Blade. What's up? Engine starting up. Here we go. Captain Striker. Ayo. Dustin. What's up? What's up? I was able to finally create a taco coop pool. Dustin is our local taco guy. He's in Iowa. If you're ever going through Iowa, it would be a hell of a thing for you to do to take a picture with Dustin for me. If I am ever in Iowa, I'm eating some tacos and we're posting that picture. Coop ASAID. Make sure it's the one that starts with the 7. There's another one that was just created. Starts with the 1. If you can tell, the Coop coin is battle tested. It's been around for almost a year. Battle tested. Maximus, good morning. What's going on? Chris Wenner jumped in to say good morning, but I have a 9 a.m. meeting. Aw, Chris. Jaxhole, good morning. Morning, Christopher. Good morning, NFT. That's right. Good morning, Wilder. What's up, Mr. Joker? Good GM. How's the shuffle? He's got those boom boxes, folks. Mr. Joker's Ghetto Blasters. Go check them out. We got Dragonfly. I want to be a friend of the ReCoop. You can be a friend of the ReCoop, Dragonfly. Reach out to me. You know what I mean? DM. I know you got that. I have to get my Coop coin before this recession hits if I want to make sure I'm protected from financial ruin. Well, folks, if you saw the results from Home Depot, yeah, the FOMO should be kicking in for Coop coin. We've decided, John Woods, the CTO of the Algorand Foundation, he's a very serious guy. He was high up at Cardano. He worked at Consensus. The Irish Central Bank. He worked on CBDCs in Europe. John's a serious guy, and he tweeted that he thinks that KubeCoin could be the world reserve currency. So a man that worked at the Central Bank of Ireland on the CBDC pilot program believes that KubeCoin might be able to solve that. Look, wasn't from my mouth. Dustin, should I start a rewards pool for Taco Coop Tiny Man V2 liquidity? I'm thinking eventually. Well, you never know what's going to happen. I'm hearing things. But I'm just the messenger, guys, just the face of this operation. I have no liability whatsoever. What's up, Maximus? Striker, I need some Coop coin to secure my unborn kid's future. Every single time, right? Every single time. Bunch of children swimming around. Oh, there he is. GM from I can't remember again. Damn it. It's not Cyprus. That's Evis. It's Malta. Are you in Malta? Okay. Mr. Joker did his Pepe Coop. That pool should take off. Now, I do want to say, unless you want your algo eaten, please be careful providing liquidity in a almost zero liquidity pool. That's okay. We're not going to emphasize on the faults, though. Good morning, algo addicts and Cooperholics. What's up, Pablo? Dustin, that's the legit one. You're absolutely right. All right, so here we go. It's 15 p.m. in Italy. So it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon in Italy. That is right around when they go to a little shop with little finger foods, aperitivo, start drinking wine. It's ready. He's ready. He's sitting at one of those cute little shops on the side of the road, having a little focaccia, a little espresso, and a red wine. So I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Let's see. KR80s and LimeWare already dumping. As usual with most algo collabs. And also, as usual with most algo collabs, has almost nothing to do with algo. That's not funny. All right. Mort, what's up? Michael, yo, how you doing? KoopCoin forever. That's right, guys. Evis, good morning, good afternoon to you. DM has been sent. Awesome. It is 4:12 in Cyprus. There you go. There, 4:12. That's the start time, isn't it? Dump. It's only down 99%. See, this is what you guys look. I was thinking about talking to the dev. Maybe we should come up with Coop Chain, and I should make you guys sacrifice. How's Hex going? Any pulse chainers? Aperitivo. There we go. So true. And Buddy Man made it finally. And you know what? I got to say this about Buddy Man. He's out there working tirelessly for the community. And I haven't noticed him once ask for a Coop coin. Now, I understand that he might be too proud to beg, but that's okay. What's the story? Oh, and by the way, guys, last night before I was going to bed, my wife found a bunch of lice in my daughter's head. So we checked my hair and her hair and everybody else's hair. It didn't seem like it had spread to anybody else. But if I'm itching like a meth addict during this episode, it's because I've got it in my head that got bugs crawling all over me. So the story keeps on getting better. The Doof Troop. I don't know. He's like, LOL. Do I laugh at that? I don't know what you do with that, man. All right. Hey, we got to get started. It's great to see all you guys. I appreciate you. Moriarty, thanks for showing up, buddy. All right, buddy. That's the worst one I do. I'm sorry that I call people buddy. I'm sorry. But then it's weird because it's buddy man. So it's like it encourages me to do it. Yeah. Well, my daughter, there was a lot. Actually, and it was just so gross. Mr. Joker is savage. What did he do? Buddy for the win. All right, we're okay with Buddy. Every time Buddy Man shows, I have like a crisis of faith about my ability to use the word buddy and call people that. She got sent home from school for weeks. Okay, so what's the difference between super lice and normal lice? Yeah, I know. LimeWire down 85%. Who could have seen that coming? Oh, man. I hope you guys didn't buy into that. They've been one disappointment after another. We got to root for Napster in the battle of that shit. Man. The Bull Run did a whole bunch of things. Focaccia and Vino Rosso for the win. Absolutely. All right. So, okay, let's move on. What are we going to talk about today? Well, obviously, we're going to pull up that transparency report from Algorand. You guys asked for marketing, and they spent money on it. And some other things. I think the transparency report is set up better. It's easier to understand. So that's a good thing. There's been some talk about Satoshi supporting NFTs. I think that there's some interesting things. There's the person that everybody thinks that is Satoshi, and I believe that that's true. But there is also, which I believe is a clear co-conspirator in Satoshi, and he's still alive. So, and it feeds into this narrative. So we'll talk about that a little bit. And then we'll talk a little bit about the SEC and whatever else I find. I know we're going to have to talk about Home Depot. What happened, Home Depot? Nobody wants to buy your lumber anymore? No more lumber? Home Depots? Let's check it out. All right. I actually feel better today. Look at me. It's better in the morning. Hey, you know what, guys? I had to try it out. I'm not going to lie. I have to mess around a little bit because... well, it's important for me to mess around and figure it out. That's what this whole entire, I'm going to do this for 3 months, not try and just see what happens was about. Not try. I mean, you have to try, but just kind of do what I feel like I need to do instead of like worrying so much about it. You guys get it. All right. So here we are. We're looking at CNBC. And the Dow is down 100 points. And this is futures, by the way. And so it's, Home Depot didn't kill the market, but let's see. What do you guys think it means, CNBC? What do you want us to think it means is the real question. Home Depot just forecast weak consumer demand. Home Depot just forecast weak consumer demand. Here's what that could mean for the rest of the economy. Just an awful earnings report from the stock market's most important retailer on Tuesday, Home Depot. Bottom line, the broader market implications of Tuesday morning's post-earnings stock move for Home Depot are going to be significant, and don't expect much improvement from the home improvement retailer anytime soon. I have always found that you want to pack in the word improvement as many times in a sentence as possible. Home Depot is tumbling 5%, 13 a share in pre-market trading. That's worth about 100 points on the Dow Jones and should take a bite out of the S&P as well. Remember, it's the most impactful retailer in the price-weighted Dow, having almost double the weight of Walmart. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it is actually important. And despite Walmart's much larger market cap, as we highlighted yesterday, Home Depot has both a greater index and earnings influence in the S&P 500 due to the Walton family's hefty stake in Walmart that reduces its weighting in the main equity benchmark. Lowe's is down 3. Okay, and the sympathy thing. Yeah, look at that fall. Did you guys buy the dip? It bounced back, but people got real worried. Home Depot's earning per share beat by 2%. As a 3.9 reduction in SG&A cost helped a little. But the real story is the demand destruction, as indicated by the company's huge revenue miss. Sales were 2.7% below Wall Street's expectations, $37.26 billion versus $38.28 billion. Its biggest revenue miss since November 2002. It is also the second straight revenue miss for the home improvement retailer, which follows 12 straight revenue beats. It's also the biggest revenue drop since the financial crisis. Pretty darn ugly. So what's hurting demand? A number of factors. In Q1, extreme weather in California hurt. Extreme weather because we got rain. But problems stretch beyond the weather. There's also lumber deflation. Well, yeah, lumber got real high, didn't it? But most importantly, as CEO Ted Decker flagged, we also observed a more broad-based pressure across the business compared to when we reported fourth quarter results a few months ago. The company has cut its forward-looking EPS and revenue growth projections due to the weak Q1, as well as further softening of demand relative to our expectations and continued uncertainty regarding consumer demand. The new forecast is not pretty. So they forecasted much lower, so they don't have to have another day like this. Sees full year revenue down 2 to 5% versus the down of 0.7 consensus estimate, and earnings per share down 7 to 13% versus the down estimate of 5.7. Okay, monkey gin. Well, there you go. Oh my God, no thanks. Nobody wants to go to that. Nobody wants to go to your financial advisor summit. All right. OpenAI CEO wows lawmakers at closed dinner. Fantastic. Forthcoming. WorldCoin. Isn't it the OpenAI CEO guy doing WorldCoin, where you need to go get your irises scanned, and then they're going to store your iris scan in hashes on the blockchain so that they can distribute WorldCoin to everybody fairly? Seems a bit intense. Doubt that a lot of crypto native people are going to be going in somewhere to get their irises scanned to get WorldCoin. But I mean, the guy's the main guy at major AI thing. So maybe people will. They want to get in early. Target wants everybody to think that they're a grocery store. Not the best grocery shopping experience, but they have some good food stuff. All right, there's nothing. So CNBC didn't give me all that much except for some, but we'll see what Bloomberg's take is. Bloomberg, there you go. Bloomy. All right, let's get rid of this. Okay, that's what I want. All right. Yellen starts yelling. She's warning everybody. Time's running out ahead of the Biden-McCarthy meet. Markets need to be patient on inflation. They're looking into those failures. U.S. retail sales increase in sign of steady consumer spending. So 7 out of the 13 retail categories rose, including advances at auto dealers and online merchants. Well, you know, this bad news from Home Depot is somewhat deflationary. I mean, sorry, I'm just like, so we continued to have money to spend, or people are just living off credit very recklessly. So this is deflationary. We still, so I mean, look, some people will be like, oh, it's going to be a soft landing. Good luck. Probably more likely that inflation is going to continue to go up. And the Home Depot thing is showing that this is going to start showing up, where retail sales are going to start going down and we're going to head into a recession. And then if inflation continues to get up, I believe we have something called stagflation and it just becomes a mess. Or consumer buying power stays strong, prices get cut in certain areas, inflation cools off, and then we all do a dance. They start cutting rates and we dance along. And there we go. All right. But I just stumbled through that, didn't I? Work shift. Where's the for you? Sometimes they come up with something good. There's crypto. Blythe Masters warns of devastating loss if AI goes unchecked. Yeah. SEC urges judge to reject Coinbase demand for rules explanation. I'm sure we'll check that out on a crypto site rather than here, because that's going to be one of the main stories. All right. Enough of you, Bloomberg. Nothing interesting enough for me to really click in. Didn't want to click in. All right. I mean, I almost want to. Here, I'll click one article. What is PIMCO saying? All right. Tiffany Wilding, it's getting wild, says inflation will probably continue to decelerate to 3% by the end of the year during an interview with Lisa Abranovich and Tom Keene. Okay. What an article. All right. So she thinks it's going to go down to 3% by the end of the year. We'll see. Okay. So moving on, we're going to check prices in a second. Let's go CoinDesk before we go to prices, just to see. We got well, prices are hard to avoid when you go to CoinDesk because you see it. 27, it's holding on to 27 by the skin of its teeth. It's a lot of red, but the prices look okay. Last night I saw it dip a little bit underneath 27, 27.5. It got up to there. It tried to get some energy, but it couldn't do it. Look at these people. Why would you listen to these people? She almost looked like she looked at me when I said that. This is brought to you by Tron. So you know what time it is. Bitcoin's realized price on cusp of flashing major bullish signal. Buy now, folks. FOMO into Bitcoin. Just kidding. Bitcoin's year-to-date rally of 63% may be the first milestone in its upward journey. Look at that. Look at those eyes. That's the message from Bitcoin's realized price, which appears on track to exceed the realized price of long-term holders. Historically, this so-called bull cross has marked the end of bear markets and in the onset of major price rallies. Bitcoin's realized price is the average value of Bitcoin supply calculated at the price at which coins are last moved on chain. The long-term holder, LTH, realized price reflects the average on-chain acquisition price for coins held outside centralized exchanges and not moved for at least 155 days. At press time, Bitcoin realized price was 20. Oh, okay, sorry. At press time, Bitcoin realized price was 20,000, or just 3.5% short of the LTH's realized price of 28, which has been steadily falling since November, according to data. Looking at long-term holder realized price as well as realized price. Okay, how many times do I have to say realized price? They are nearing a bullish cross, which is accurately signaled previous bear market bottoms. So it happened here, and then we got that. It happened here, and then we got that. It happened here. And then we got that. I mean, and then it happened here. And then we got that. Looks like it's happening here. Okay, so multi-year bull runs. I don't know what to make of it. Just sucks that you have the United States government like looming with, we know, a ton of Bitcoin to sell, saying that they're going to sell it. But I guess they could sell it in a way that doesn't completely, but it just seems like they are hell-bent on selling it in a way that they want to affect the markets. Okay, what is Justin Sun saying? There he is. This is a friend of CoinDesk and Binance. Justin Sun says Huobi founder Li Lin brother acquired HT token for free and cashed out. The HT token bounced by 3 following Justin Sun's has lodged a series of accusations against the brother of Huobi founder Li Wei, alleging that he acquired Huobi's native token abnormally at zero cost and sold it for huge amounts of cash. The token has lost 43% of its value over the past 7 days, but it has recovered by about 3%. Sun told CoinDesk that Li Wei received millions of HT tokens for free when the token was initially distributed. Li Wei has been consistently selling off these HT tokens and cashing out. Now the HT DAO committee is stepping in to rectify the issue. We plan to engage with Li Wei to negotiate a refund and arrange for the destruction of his remaining HT tokens. Sun added that Wei has not made any contributions to the HT community and that he believes in rewarding those who genuinely contribute to the growth and development of the HT DAO. There you go. Did you hear that? Did you hear me chugging coffee? HT is currently trading at 280 with a market cap of 450 million. It reached out. Now, we're going to look at Vestige soon, but I mean, we were ahead of 450 million ReCoop coin, but I think that we might be a little lower than that, guys. So I'm sorry that the performance isn't up to par. We were, I think we got as high as 850 billion, and we've tumbled. But that's through no fault of my own. Because remember, I'm not liable. CoinDesk did not immediately receive a response from the new team or whatever. All right. Sounds like there's some issues in Huobi land. Isn't Justin Sun supposed to not be affiliated with that? Oh my God. Anyways, okay. Endowment. Get it? Bitcoin Ether correlation weakest since 2021 hints at regime change in crypto market. What are they trying to sell us here? Bitcoin and Ether, the world's top cryptocurrencies by market value, moved in tandem for much of 2022. That positive relationship has weakened this year, signaling an impending regime change in the market. As of Monday, the 30-day rolling correlation between changes in Bitcoin and Ether prices was 77%, the lowest since 2021, and notably weaker than the 96% seen 2 months ago. Ether in the past has decoupled from Bitcoin for brief periods. The latest weakening of correlation may be long-lasting, meaning Bitcoin, the world's largest and most liquid digital asset, may no longer anchor Ether in the broader market. What we are seeing could be the beginning of a long-term regime change. As Ethereum has shifted from proof of work to proof of stake, the economics of supply and demand underlying the two tokens will continue to diverge. Bitcoin will cement its status as the digital gold or the blue chip stock, while Ether will be seen as a growth stock or an emerging market. All right. Sure. I mean, okay. Maybe. Isn't it unfortunate that Ethereum is so just barely usable? And then it's just like layer upon layer upon layer. I don't know. Like, and I know that a lot of these layer twos are looking to decentralize their sequencers, but it's like, come on. Like, that's the main thing about all these layer twos, all these scaling solutions on Ethereum, is that they're all just centralized and stupid. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. They're not all stupid. They actually make Ethereum usable. So it's actually, they bring a lot of value. All right. Coinbase initiated at hold, likely to face enforcement action from the SEC. Yeah, they sure are. All right. Well, I stayed here longer than I wanted to. I just hadn't looked at the news, to be honest. All right. Okay. Let's go to CoinMarketCap. I haven't checked out. How's Pepe doing? Oh, Pepe's in the green. Aw. Milady meme coin. You guys can see all this, right? Yep. Cool. So we got Pep. Sui. Sui didn't have great launch. Aptos and Sui were kind of disappointing at launch, weren't they? So there you go. Bitcoin has, horrific volume at 13 billion. It's not very large. And neither is Ether's at 6 billion. I wish that fucking whatever that is, dump truck or something, would turn off their stupid thing. Litecoin is approaching its halving, and it's up 13% over the last 7 days. It is outperforming the entire market, $89. It's been glued to the $80, $90 region for a while. Now, traditionally, Litecoin has way underperformed Bitcoin during its halving. Like, Litecoin's halving has been actually bearish afterwards compared to Bitcoin, which has almost always been bullish. But anyways, so we'll see what happens with Litecoin. Those could have also just been the current markets that they did their halving in. And Bitcoin also leads the market in a lot of ways. So, they're on different time frames. So let's not count Litecoin out yet. Aptos, 850. Look at that. 15 million volume. 5 cents for Hedera. Arbitrum has been sitting around this price for a while. They got a ton of volume. Near, struggling. Algorand volumes, pretty good for the low volume environment that we're looking at. Way more volume than Quant and Hedera. VeChain, more volume than VeChain. So that's okay. Where you at, Pepe? Stacks on stacks, down 8%. Tezos, no longer that dollar, no longer a stable coin, 89 cents. Volume is despicable at 12 million. So there's still volume. There's still volume in Algorand compared to some of the others. So there you go. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, folks. All right. There we go. Oh, Pepe. What is it, like 60? 65. Look at all those zeros. Down 15% over the last week. It's at 1678. Market cap of 656. So we got to get back. We got to get all those Pepe heads got to get this over $1 billion, don't they? Get back to that unicorn status. Volume is pretty good. It's pretty good. Look at all that volume. 336 million. Sui is down here, also with good volume at $1.17. What's the all-time high for Sui? What were you guys paying for this at the beginning? Let's go to a month. It's only been a month, right? So actually the price hasn't been. It's only been around for a month, right? Yep. So it got up to $1.47, and it got as low as $1.02, and then it's been climbing. All right. I don't know. You guys can. You guys like the Sui? I wouldn't. Just like, they've probably been building these things for a while, and then they had to launch into the worst environment possible. So, sorry. Okay, let's go to Vestige real quick. Vestige. Let's check out Vestige. It's the kind of premier place to check out ASAs on the Algorand blockchain. Pepe is down on Vestige, 5%. Board's pumping. Oh, guys, we made it. Do you guys see this? We made it to the trending. We're trending, folks. Oh my God. The price looks a little bad. It looks like a rug. Oh, this is dangerous of me to fuck around. Fuck around and find out is what they say, don't they? Oh boy. All right. So we're gonna click on that, but see, you see some green in here. And Algo sitting is actually up a little bit, sitting under 17 cents. Oh boy. Look at that though. In the last okay. So in the last, folks, there has been a turn in sentiment. All right. Now, oh my God, look at that candle. Folks, this is called Holy Molyville. You know what I mean? Call this Holy Molyville. Exploding. Coop Algo TVL is exploding on Tiny Man. Ooh, tacos, Coop Vest, and on Humble. Folks, you guys are getting ready because look at this. This is what it's going to look like. Sorry, I promised you guys I wouldn't turn this into the Coop Coin show, but this is fun. All right, and then let's see. So we're at $7.36 now. As some of you guys were, and I'm sorry if you didn't sell, you should have, because you could have bought a lot more. But we did sit at over, I think it was like 112,000 a Coop Coin. So we broke 100,000 before Bitcoin ever did. Congratulations. But we are in the last hour or last day, we are down 99.62%, which is a bit brutal. Not going to lie. I mean, I can't be proud of down that, but look at this. In the last hour, up over 100%. We are pumping, folks. TVLs, just impressive. One of the better TVLs in Algorand. I think that's what, 42.41 billion. So there's a huge amount of money in there. And then the market cap is at 100 and fully diluted. We're looking at 150 million. So that's pretty good. We can do better. But yeah, so that $42 billion in TVL is huge. Awesome. Okay, let's move on. Let's not ask any questions about what I just said. And let's look at how are you doing, gold? You doing good, gold? Hi, gold. Okay, you're not doing great. You are doing great. You're over 2,000. Any day that gold is over $2,000 a ounce is a good day for gold. But yeah, it corrected down a little bit. It's pushing back down to 2,000. I guess that Home Depot news was not bullish. For that, I guess. Okay, silver's pushing down too. It's below 24. I haven't seen that in a bit. Fear and greed. Fear and greed right here. We're in greed, or we're greedier than we were yesterday. Still says neutral, but we were at a 50. So we're getting greedy, folks. We're getting greedy. All right. Oh, snap. Something went wrong with the block. All right. What happened? Block? Let's just look at this real quick. Ledger defends crypto wallet recovery tool against hostile reaction from security experts. Yeah, what is this? Did you guys hear that they have like some seed recovery thing? And then everyone's like, wait a second, you guys weren't supposed to be storing our seed phrases. So what's going on with Ledger real quick? Ledger introduced a recovery tool that lets its hardware wallets send encrypted shards representing the user's seed phrase to third parties, which can then be used to recover it. Many users took to social media to express their concerns about the safety implications of introducing this functionality. Some crypto investors reacted with dismay on social media after Ledger introduced a recovery tool for its hardware crypto wallets designed to provide a backup if the seed phrase is lost. The feature, called Ledger Recover, allows users that opt in and subscribe to use it as a backup for their private keys. The service splits the user seed phrase into 3 encrypted shards and sends them to third-party companies. This information, when combined and decrypted, can be used to reconstruct the seed phrase. Okay, so then now, I mean, some serious people are coming out against it. It's a horrendous idea. Do not enable this feature. The problem here is not splitting the key in 3 parts. That's actually good. I may or may not be doing that personally as well. The problem here is that the encrypted parts are sent to 3 corporations and they can reconstruct your keys. What the fuck are you guys doing? This is going in the wrong direction fast. I would recommend no one upgrade to such firmware. Ugh. On Reddit, Ledger owners demanded clarity over how this process works and whether the information is sent directly from the wallet or if users would need to type their seed phrase externally into the device. Co-founder and VP of Innovation Lab at Ledger replied on Reddit, the device sends encrypted shards of your seed to different companies if you decide to use the service. You can, of course, still choose it to back up yourself. This doesn't change the security assumptions compared to a firmware update. Could the Ledger update be exploited? I mean, I think this is interesting. Now, Bacchus Post didn't erase all concerns, however. Man, yeah, I just feel like I'm crawling with lice. I'm not, right? Okay. Sorry if you missed if you missed the beginning of the show. My daughter has lice. Okay. But I didn't find any on me. Okay. It does because now basically so Bacchus Post didn't erase all concerns. However, multiple Redditors replied that this feature simply existing was a concern to them and disputed the notion that it doesn't change the security assumptions. It does because now basically the firmware has the functionality of sharing the seed phrase with the computer. So it's just a matter of time before a bad actor exploits it. On Twitter, 1inch co-founder Anton Bukov, which is where I learned about this, noted the Ledger co-founder's comments and similarly claimed that it was breaking the hardware wallet's main security assumption that there's no way to expose the seed phrase. In emailed response to the block, Ledger said that the decryption of 3 shards can only happen on the Ledger device after the user has proved their identity. These companies never have access to your seed phrase. It's not stored in the cloud, and the backups are only encrypted, fragmented, and decrypted directly on your Ledger if you subscribe. So if you're a Ledger user who wants to use your Ledger as you always have, you can still do that without concern. Nothing changes for you. Ledger is one of the biggest providers of hardware wallets to crypto investors. The Paris-based company received a huge sales boost after last year's bankruptcy, yada, 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 yada. The recovery service will cost $9.99 a month, according to Wired, and it will rely on 3 custodians, Ledger, CoinCover, and Escrow Tech. It will initially be available in the US, UK, European Union, and Canada, and will be, so they're kind of going after our buddies. Oh my God. Doug. Vendible. Wow. I'm doing great. All right. Well, let's just finish this off right here since we're here. SEC's Gensler says, so, Coinbase wants filed a thing where the SEC needed to respond because they want Coinbase wants guidance, and the SEC is dragging their feet. They want to just continue. They say we can do whatever we want, basically. SEC's Gensler says crypto markets are generally non-compliant and based on a false narrative of decentralization. Oh, that's not even about this. Yeah, he's just saying the same things over and over again. Their business models, though, tend to be built on non-compliance. Their business models tend to be built on customer funds, commingling, and they're rife with conflicts. He also noted that 3 of the 4 recent U.S. bank collapses were linked to crypto. Yeah, that's what you've been trying to coordinate, isn't it, Gary? Oh, Gary! Okay, I don't care about this. I wanted to talk about how they avoided... All right, that's what that was. Okay, we're already there. Crypto industry bets on new Supreme Court doctrine to push SEC out. A recent Supreme Court doctrine has the crypto industry hoping it can box Gensler out. Crypto companies are clinging to a new U.S. Supreme Court doctrine with hopes it will set the legal precedent for the SEC to step aside, but federal regulators are skeptical. In the doctrine, the Supreme Court says that Congress does not delegate deciding the fate of extraordinary cases. which deal with matters of significant political and economic impact, such as the EPA or SEC. Coinbase cites the doctrine in its April 2023 response to the SEC's Wells notice and incoming enforcement action. The SEC has no grounds to unilaterally make decisions about crypto, particularly when it comes to token classification. An agency declaration that the majority of all digital assets, or more shockingly, that all digital assets other than Bitcoin are unregistered securities that cannot legally be traded, constitutes an obvious assertion of regulatory authority over a significant portion of the American economy. Everything that we do as an agency is based upon the authorities Congress has given us, Gary said. Whether it's the Fifth Circuit, the Supreme Court, or any other circuit court opinion, we look at those closely, that we stay within our authorities in the law. All right. So whatever. But where is I actually just want to, you guys know. So I'm actually not going any further with this SEC stuff. You guys know what's going on, don't you? So they sent a Wells notice to Coinbase saying, hey, bro, we're about to sue you. And then Coinbase sent another thing being like, hey, bro, we've been waiting over a year for some clarification. And then the SEC sent something back because they had to, saying, hey, bro, we can take as long as we want. And maybe we will come up with more clarity. Maybe we won't, dog. So that's how they broke it down. All right. Did you guys see this? This is courtesy of Unchained, a good crypto podcast. She sounds a little robotic, but she asks the right questions. So she does a good job. Satoshi Nakamoto appears to have aided a pseudonymous user with ways to sell a JPEG for 500 BTC in 2010. On May 14th, the team behind Bitcoin Ordinals project, Taproot Wizards, sparked a flurry of excitement on crypto Twitter after announcing a discovery made on the original Bitcoin forum, one that would have changed the history of Bitcoin as we know it. Udi tweeted that he had found conclusive evidence that the first ever real-world Bitcoin payment was made in 2010 to purchase an NFT. Hello, all. I've decided to give Bitcoin a try. As a test, I want to see if I can make $1 USD from selling a picture. According to this, 500 Bitcoin should roughly be $1 after PayPal fees, right? To get the picture, please send the coins to me and then send a private message stating the time you sent them. I will reply to your private message with a link to the picture. The image I'm selling is my own creation with a resolution of 1280, 960, great for a desktop background. Here's a low quality preview. If this generates any interest, I could offer some more of my pictures. All right. There we go. We just read that. This was before Laszlo paid 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas. Okay. To make things even more interesting, Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto replied to the user's post with recommended ways to make a BTC payment for an order. One of Satoshi's recommendations was for a customer to send BTC to a merchant's static IP address with a comment. Another way was for the merchant to create a new BTC address to which the customers could send funds. This will be the standard way for website software to do it. However, the claim was soon dispelled by Mike McDonald, who suggested that the payments sent to subveneurs' Bitcoin address were actually donations and not for a sale. Shortly after, conceded that his original tweet might be inaccurate and that the 500 BTC was sent as a donation for a different interaction, while the original JPEG might never have been sold. Only way to know for sure, maybe one day Sabonnier comes back and tells us what really happened. Let's see it. Whether or not the sale was actually executed, some market participants believe that Satoshi's support in executing the transaction was indicative of him being pro NFTs. The same can be said of early Bitcoin developer Hal Finney, what everybody, known for receiving the first BTC transaction from Satoshi, who penned an email on January 17th, 1993 with the subject crypto trading cards. Satoshi helped navigate what could have been the first Bitcoin purchase, which was a JPEG predating the pizza. All right, we already got that. Agree on Satoshi being NFTs, why not? And Hal was also into them. Last time I showed this to a maxi, I never got a response back. 1993, crypto trading cards. Giving a little more thought to the idea of buying and selling digital cash, I thought of a way to present it. We're buying and selling cryptographic trading cards. Fans of cryptography will love these fascinating examples of the cryptographic arts. Notice the fine way the bit patterns fit together, a mix of one-way functions and digital signatures, along with random blinding. What a perfect conversation piece to be treasured and shown to your friends and family. Plus, your friends will undoubtedly love these cryptographic trading cards just as much. They'll be eager to trade for them. Collect a whole set. They come in all kinds of varieties, from the common ones to the rare 50s, all the way up to the seldom seen thousands. Hours of fun can be had for all. Your friendly cryptographic trading card dealer wants to join the fun too. He'll be as interested in buying your trading cards back as in selling them. Try this fascinating and timely new hobby today. So, all right, guys. So, many people think that Hal Finney is Satoshi because he lived in a neighborhood where a gentleman named Satoshi Nakamoto lived. He was the first recipient of Bitcoin. And I have to tell you, it's funny that you see Hal Finney, who people think created Bitcoin, and his crypto trading cards. Did you guys know that who I believe is Satoshi with Hal Finney? They were friends. They knew each other very well. Friends. The guy that teamed up with Hal Finney is also the inventor of smart contracts. People don't like to bring this guy up as Satoshi because he probably is Satoshi, or he at least it was him and Hal, because he's still alive. Nick Szabo. Why is he so private? Why are you so private, Nick Szabo? The subject of Nick being such a private man is unknown. There is no unequivocal evidence as to why he keeps so much to himself. However, we can only speculate, shall we? Well, the most reasonable explanation is Nick likes his work to speak for him. Okay, who cares? Smart contracts. A contract is a legal agreement between parties that outlines their responsibilities to each other. Nick Szabo invented smart contracts in 1996. The best current implementations of the smart contract are Ethereum and EOS. Keeping promises with respect to other promises is the basis of smart contracts. These digital contracts are implemented within computer networks. So you guys got it. Nick's smart contract coinage refers to a traditional paper contracts as law code. So there you go. Forerunner of Bitcoin, BitGold. BitGold stands for two important features of online transactions. While Bit stands for sending and receiving information, Gold stands for the system that does not use third parties. Nick developed the BitGold mechanism in 1998. As a cryptographer, Nick proposed a digital money system in attempts to change the gold market system. Overly exaggerated, he wanted to get rid of third parties that made the gold system inefficient. So he proposed a secure cryptographic process. Nick's paper outlining the BitGold was not implemented. Even with that, the paper is a direct precursor to the Bitcoin blockchain. As a result, you can enjoy the benefits of blockchain with Nick's idea. Trustworthy third parties are security holes. Nick's quote discredits third parties, although he lists them as trusted. Nick desires a protocol in which third-party influence is minimal. To him, the system should be transferred, stored, and tried. Trusted third parties are vulnerable to attack. In particular, the mere fact of centralization leads to a third party. Okay, you guys got it. All right. Here are the steps for proposing Nick's BitGold. Create a public string known as a challenge string, generation of a proof of work string from the challenge string by one of the computers on the network, time-stamping the proof of work string in a distributed fashion. All right. So, anyways, guys, Hal Finney was into the idea of crypto trading cards, and Nick Szabo created something called BitGold in 1998. I mean, give me a break. Those guys are Satoshi. All right? What do you guys think? Are you mad at me? Let me look at you real quick. You guys mad? Gary, what do you guys? You guys aren't even talking about this. Oh yeah, you guys talking about Gary. Gary. All right. So you guys want to look at the Algorand transparency report? Let's give it a check. Let's give it a little look. See. We looked at it real quick yesterday because it came in like at 7:10 after the show. So let's go back to sharing the screen. I'll go back to here. No more Nicky Zobs. Let's look. I already had it open. All right. Obviously, we do not want to read everything because we don't have the time for that. Balance sheet holdings. So everything you see obviously has three more zeros. So that's something to know. The investments are in USD on September 30th, 2022 was 104 million. And then on March 31st of this year, they're up to 118 million, almost 119 million. The foundation holdings are down 200 and nearly 2 million. Okay. And that's partly to do with structured selling. So 6 months to March. So in 6 months, they sold 101 million algo. Ecosystem support, XGov, DeFi rewards, NFT. They spent governance rewards. They gave 141 million algo to that. In income, it looks like they made 5 million. On Algorand Ventures operations, they spent 1.6 million and 539,000 algo. Am I getting this right? Just make sure. Is anybody saying like, bro, isn't? Am I not sharing? Oh, shut up. Nobody wants a co-host, Evis. Yeah. Just told me. I can have, I am sharing the screen, right? I can see it on my screen. Huh. So interesting because I actually didn't do that wrong. No, I'm not going to have a co-host. I'll have guests. I do. My intention is to have guests, but I'm not going to sit here with a co-host. That's just not what I'm doing. So, all right. Algorand Ventures operations, Algorand Foundation expenditures, marketing. All right. So they spent on marketing, about $12 million? No, $12 million and 1.2 million algo. Operations was about 8.5 million in the 6 months in dollars and 2.2 million algo. All right. So, I mean, look, what do you guys think? I mean, it's broken down pretty clearly. Grants, bursaries, bounties, and champion payments, 22.4 million algo, 5.8 million USD in 6 months. Is that, they spend a lot of money. So net movement is $40.5 million and 202 million algo. So what? They spent on everything in the last 6 months. That's looking at if you cut, we'll just cut 201 million into a fifth. So that's about 40 million. So they spent about, 80, 90 million dollars in the last 6 months. Algo kit. But by the way, guys, in the comments, if there's something that you found particularly interesting that I should be looking at, please let me know. Marketing. The top marketing priorities for this period included driving developer acquisition for Algorand, embarking upon a holistic brand refresh. Did we get that? Did we get a brand refresh? Driving awareness for ecosystem projects and Algorand technology and streamlining internal process to optimize efficiency. As we build the marketing team and supporting processes, our social media interactions have increased by 15% and content shares have increased by 29%. Marketing also supported Algorand ecosystem projects in a variety of ways. One partnership to note during the period was Meta Boundless. Oh, here you go. I just skipped over what everybody wants. During this period, marketing also undertook a comprehensive assessment of marketing partnerships and terminated or significantly refocused most of them. Notably, we terminated the sponsorship contract with SailGP, so no more holes in boats. The Canadian sailing team, Bon Voyage, and reduced our partnership with Climate Ride by approximately 80%. One partnership to note during the period was Boundless, a Web3 platform that connects creators and their fans, developed by XTZ Esports Tech Limited, which we undertook to amplify awareness for Algorand in the MENA region leading up to Decipher. The launch featured a concert of the future metaverse experience with 3 of the region's biggest musical superstars, who also promoted it to their 18.7 million collective Instagram followers. Now, I do remember, folks, that this was a total disaster, that concert. So hopefully it did reach to those people, though. Okay, they had Decipher. ETH Denver was exciting for them. Paris blockchain was exciting. Relay nodes. The foundation executed a deep analysis of the network's relay nodes and terminated or renegotiated the commercial terms of contracts for 100 plus relay nodes. This will create savings of more than 35%, which will feed into the P&L as existing agreements come to an end. Okay, I mean, I feel like they could have expanded on this. If you deep analysis of the networks, what does this mean? So they renegotiated the terms of these, and they're saying that they're going to save 35% on that. Just feels like one of the main things that people dangle about how Algorand isn't decentralized and is permissioned, and it's kind of like, how are those incentivized and yada yada. It's unfortunate that it seems like an afterthought right here, especially since they did deep analysis and terminated or renegotiated. I guess more clarity there would have been cool. All right. TVL breakdown by projects. AlgoFi has huge dominance. Folks Finance has also a large share of the pie. And then you got Pact, Tiny Man, Guard, and Humble. Wallets seem to be growing. NFT sales are going the wrong direction. All right. It's all for informational purposes. Marketing also supported Algorand ecosystem projects in a variety of ways during the period, from social amplifications and event sponsorships to content communication support and paid advertising. Some examples include supporting ecosystem projects, PR announcements, including TravelX's partnership with FlyBondi, FlexID's partnership with Sri Lanka's National Savings Bank, and the launch of Control Alt's first tokenized real estate property in the UK, and the launch of the Algorand SDK for Unity. Supporting launches from Quantum Temple, EXA Market, and others with targeted social amplifications. During this period, marketing also undertook a comprehensive assessment of marketing partnerships and terminated or significantly refocused most of them. Okay, so we skipped over that before. We read about what's exciting. What's one of the more exciting things that they're doing over the foundation is creating this relationship in India. If you weren't here yesterday, they're really creating a presence in India. And this Unity SDK for gaming, on-chain voting tool, and NFT mass minting tool, and a MetaMask Snaps integration. USDC on Binance. All right. Highlights from the last 6 months of investments include completed investments into 17 early stage projects for a total amount of 350,000 USD via the Algorand Accelerate and AXL Ventures. Approved direct investments into 5 projects for a combined allocation of 500,000 USD and approximately 13 million algo. So, what? Like, what? 13 million algo at 20 cents. So you cut that by 5. And so it's a couple $1,000,000. So about $3 million into Lofty, Planet Watch, Pima Studios, Rand Labs, and PacFi. If they invested so much money into Rand Labs, why is everything seems to be falling apart over there? And that they seem like they're on their way out. What's any? I mean, they have an investment in Rand Labs, and Algo Explorer can no longer do their, give out their API or whatever, have their public API thing. And my algo, is my algo even going to recover from what just happened, or we just expected to never talk about it again? Good to see that they're supporting Pact. There was also, we saw yesterday that they sent a ton of, invested 37.5 million algo into an externally managed VC fund overseen by Borderless. Algorand Inc. paid them back 125 million algo. And Astronaut, which I don't know what that is. Do you guys know? Anybody know what Astronaut is? They paid back 11.5 million of the 50 million loan. All right. Well, so that's what the transparent report says. Any thoughts out there? I guess this is a good time to have one of those co-hosts that he was talking about. Let's see. Yeah, my algo will never be. Yeah, what is Quantum Temple again? It's pretty cool. I was wondering about that myself. Cultural heritage NFTs. Yeah, Unity SDK looks cool. He, she, or they who have more coop will be guests. Yes, you can buy your way onto the ReCoop with KoopCoin. There we go. That was actually not, that screen share thing wasn't my fault. I had it shared. We can see the report now. Good. Guest is super fine. First guest should be Stacy. She's not coming on. I've interviewed Stacy twice. We've had a great time. I've actually interviewed her 3 times, but one of them didn't make it to prime time. But she's always welcome. Add 3 O's, face red, droopy eyes. It's a little unclear how their balance sheet USD amount went up when they spent 40 million USD and 200 million algo. And they must have been paid back, and then they sold, or their balance, they or part of that structured selling just went straight to US dollars, and they held it because they knew they're shorting algo. John, sign of confidence. That's total speculation. I have no idea. But one way for their USDC balance to go up is that they sold algo and are just holding it in dollars. What is Quantum Temple? Essentially cultural heritage NFTs. Other networks just feed some of the gas fees to their consensus nodes to incentivize and support them. Yeah, it was just that Algorand doesn't have any gas fees, and or it does, but not a lot. And the relay nodes are, they would take a significant amount, but that would just probably create a thing where gas became more and more important. What the best thing that they can do was what they're doing, and it's make these relay nodes not have to store the entirety of the Algorand blockchain, so that the what you need technically is less. And so it'll be less expensive to run a relay node. More people can do it, and then we can incentivize it however we're going to have to incentivize it when we open it up to everybody. Well, Quantum Temple is selling their NFTs. That's cool. Something for museums and stuff. All right. Documenting different cultures. Okay. Look, that's okay. There's worse things than that. My Algo wallet will never be trusted again. I know it's unfortunate. Mr. Joke is like, oh, I remember seeing it now. Wasn't as memorable as the price sheet makes me think it is. Astronauts Capital Management Firm, I think. Thank you. 125 million Algo repaid. One reason the Algo price dumped. That is something that I definitely did see. Patrick Stacy is rocking the Pepe Algo family pixelated Pepe, created by Judas. So that's cool. She followed Mr. Joker last night. So congratulations, buddy. Coop now the black sheep of Algorand influencers, according to the foundation. Money given to Planet Watch, completely thrown away. Yeah. Why doesn't the foundation have more governance tools built on chain? Use the network, not SDKs. Come on. Uber can be built on top of it. So can governance tools. That's a thing, right? Well, I mean, this is something I see this online a lot. And Algorand Foundation is here to support the Algorand blockchain. It doesn't mean that they have some tremendous amount of, it's not like they're not a bunch of Sylvia Macaulay's there. Now there has been a lifting up of the tech team at the foundation, I think, guided by people like John Woods, obviously the CTO, and then excellent hires, I believe, like Joe Polney and all of them. But still, it's not like the Algorand Foundation is Algorand. So they're their own entity with their own capabilities and their own bandwidth. Seems to me they're more interested in how they can, create a narrative around Algorand that people want to talk about. That seems to be the main driver of what they're doing. And obviously through AlgoKit and other things, they have very smart people working on how to develop on the Algorand blockchain and give them tools. Doesn't mean that they are going to spend their time, creating a website where we can have a governance forum. But still, it would be nice. It would be on brand for them to have all these things on the go. It's good that we have on-chain voting tools. Like let's get that going in a big way. Mr. Joker, I reached out to Planet Watch last year, wasn't feeling good vibes from them, so I cashed out. I reached out to Planet Watch a few times too. I was ignored. I have an Aware air sensor right over there. Never earned me one Planet Watch token. I was with a friend 3 hours ago and he switched 2x Bitcoin into Algorand. Oh, 2 Bitcoin into Algorand. I think people love that sub 20-cent price. It's good news. Maximus is like, I just will never hear the end of it from that friend. Well, we're going to be all right. After that, we move the decimals. How does the foundation, Joe, the current governance voting is entirely on chain and independently verifiable. Just because it's not using smart contracts doesn't mean it's not leveraging the tech. There you go. Thanks for tuning in and chiming in, Joe. Mr. Joker says Planet Watch did hit me back, but it was more along the lines of, we do not talk on Twitter. You need to email or contact us on Discord. They are kind of rude. I found them to be rude too. I was upset with them for a little bit. I thought that the way they handled the whole Aware debacle sucked. And that's just that. And so, when somebody spends whatever the hell that thing costs, I don't know, $300-400. I don't even know how much it costs. But and then just now it's just an air sensor, an overpriced air sensor. You would think that they would be more sensitive to that. And I know a lot of you Planet Watchers, which are dying off. Back then, a year ago, there were people that still supported Planet Watch in the community. I don't know. Is there anybody out there that is still excited about Planet Watch? I mean, Algorand definitely is in it with Planet Watch, though. So it'd be better if it was tools built on chain, I think, with smart contracts. The current system was good for the first couple, but at governance 8, I'd like to see more built on chain. All right, guys. Well, look, we did it. We're back. It's Tuesday. What did I do? Oh, the Secret Service says, do you guys see that the Secret Service held a Reddit AMA? I'm back. I thought that was interesting. Should we look at that real quick? You guys want to look at the Secret Service? The Secret Service says blockchain is an amazing opportunity to track money. And they also have an NFT collection. You can get the Secret Service and the Bay Area Regional Enforcement Allied Computer Team answered questions in a crypto-focused Ask Me Anything. The agency explained how victims of crypto crimes can work with law enforcement in a wide-ranging discussion. This pig butchering is becoming their favorite buzzword. We can and we do recover funds and return them to victims. They find crime victims on Reddit, apparently. And they also have an NFT collection. Another Reddit questioner asked the Secret Service if it had ever considered releasing a token or meme coin, addressing the agency as Mr. Secret. It's pretty funny. The Secret Service plugged the NFT collection it created and minted last year. It features agents in San Francisco locations, including Alcatraz and Chinatown. We're trying to learn as much about the various digital assets in this space, the Secret Service said, signing the message as Mr. Secret. Well, it sounds like the Secret Service contingency in San Francisco has a sense of humor about all of this. And, is into the space as much as they're into the space. River Financial gets $35 million from Peter Thiel. All right. And then there was this as well that I was going to bring up. Federal Reserve FedNow will integrate with Metal blockchain. The Federal Reserve's forthcoming instant payment service FedNow will be integrated with Metal blockchain, according to a May 11th announcement from the Metal blockchain team. The announcement said that the integration will allow Metal users to instantly convert funds to stablecoins and back again using FedNow's send receive function. Metal Blockchain is listing in the FedNow Service Provider Showcase. FedNow is an instant payment system developed by the United States Federal Reserve. It allows for round-the-clock near instant payments between banks. Currently, U.S. residents can only make instant payments domestically through third-party apps such as PayPal, Venmo, or crypto wallets. The Federal Reserve has stated that the new service will launch in July. Metal Blockchain is a crypto network developed by Metallicus based on a fork of Avalanche. It was created to offer compliance-friendly options for DeFi. In May 11th announcement, developers claim that the network is built on the foundation of BSA, Bank Secrecy Act compliance, implying that it has identity verification and anti-money laundering features built in. According to its documents, the network features a subnet called Xchain that allows developers to enact rules for transferring assets. For example, a token can be issued with the rule that it can only be sent to U.S. citizens or can't be traded until tomorrow. Cointelegraph couldn't verify what criteria FedNow will use for integration with the payment system. However, most blockchain networks use synonymous addresses as user identities. So you use Metal Blockchain, they're going to know what you're doing. All right. So Metal Blockchain is the CBDC blockchain. It appears. All right, guys. Let me see if there's anything left with you guys. I also think we need to keep the governance rewards. Well, I think they bowed out. I don't think we can keep anybody. Maximus, I agree with you, but I don't think that we can keep anybody from participating in governance. But didn't they bow out from this? I don't know if they are going to continue to participate in Algorand governance. That'd be a good question. Did Coinbase re-up? Does anybody know their wallet? Are they participating in governance, just not passing that on to the holders? You know what really grinds my gears? When someone tags me on Twitter saying to write them, I hit back within minutes and they have me sitting for an hour with no response. Freaking EXA. Oh, I see what you're saying. They wouldn't take on that risk. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's a case for smart contracts. That's what you're saying. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you. I had some fun today. I hope you did too. And we'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We'll be back at the same time, 9 a.m. Eastern. I appreciate you. And yeah, let's build this